So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We have already started here. Well, there is no question that Eden Hazard on his day is one of the world's best, Jim, so how do you interpret the role he's been given here?
Well, we all know he's at his best when he's coming in from that left side, whether it's to drag people away and isolate them or to combine with central attackers.
Can he finish? Oh, he's done it! The goal to end it all! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
The Czech Republic are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And that ends it! And that is the beauty of it, and at the same time, the sheer cruelty of it.
Boom! What a performance. What a performance. Once that whistle went, there really was no looking back, was there? The game just flew past us all.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all. So it is that time again. Every team looks to write its own special script. Moments like this are to be savoured. Hopes are high. A good start. That is what they all want. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Iker Casillas, Jim, a man considered amongst the greatest ever when it comes to goalkeeping.
Yeah, and it's all the more impressive given that he's relatively...
Quickly taken. And it's Nedved. the most accurate pass. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
The Czech Republic are looking to break at pace. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. He won't be happy with that one. Makalele demonstrating his defensive quality there. Best. He's being... And a chance! Now, how often do you see that?
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Rijkaard. Oh, good spread. Now it's Figo. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, he's ended up in no man's land. Can he finish? Oh, he's won it! The most decisive of all goals! There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. There's nothing quite like match. There's the header! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Giroud brilliantly anticipated the delivery, and he'll be annoyed it didn't lead to more.
That'll be a throw. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, this guy, the supremely confident Hakan Çalhanoğlu, is always a good watch, Peter. He apparently considers himself the world's third best midfielder, but I leave that for the moment. He's a player that adds unpredictability to any team he plays in, and he's allowed to pull the strings from that central space he likes to inhabit.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Mateus. He's looking wide.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Nedved. And it's Ibrahimovic. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Now it's Giroud. Plays it through. Oh, played through for the wide man. Oh, nicely intercepted. And he's quick to get it clear again. Well read, nice interception. Played out towards the right wing. Looking for options for movement. There's the delivery. Çalhanoğlu. Schneider. And here's Inzaghi. And he's running through. It's Inzaghi! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
Nedved. Out again for a throw-in. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Now it's Giroud. Good pressure, determined, intense. Filippo Inzaghi in the hunt and looking threatening. And it's Gullit. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And here's the chance to counter. Gullit.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. 30 minutes gone. That is good alertness. Nedved. And it's Nedved. Inter Milan looking to pass their way through. Now it's Giroud. Gullit. Adriano. And this is Inzaghi. Schneider. Filippo Inzaghi. Filippo Inzaghi plays it in. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. He's a sharp little ball here.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Ibrahimovic!
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
That should get the job done. Cleared away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Giroud. Inter Milan have a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Perhaps the final meaningful act of the first half.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
Costa Curta has it in a wide position. Rijkaard tries to clear. Schneider, nicely spread. Inzaghi in acres of space out wide. Well read, and the danger is averted.
They've got to be quick moving this forward. Inter have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
And here's Ibrahimovic. And this is Nedved. Lovely bit of skill. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. And we are up to the break.
Inter ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 9. Giroud.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Inter have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. It's a pretty loose pass.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And here's Ibrahimovic. Baresi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Inzaghi.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Schneider hurtling down that right flank. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And it's Schneider. That's a little off target. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
So we've reached the hour mark. And here's Hullet. And the break is on. Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, super find.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. No foul, says the referee. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. It's Inzaghi! Oh, he's been caught napping.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Schneider. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. It is a corner, good chance.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 7.
Inter Milan have their second corner now.
Viene sostituito con il numero 48. Cambio di giocatori.
And now they can spring out of defence. Not the most accurate pass. Serginho is one of the key ingredients in the team.
Martinez!
Oh, good effort, he got plenty on that.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Now it's Ibrahimovic, and here's Lautaro Martinez. And he's gone looking for safety. Tries to play it through. Oh, that's well spotted. Very nicely done. Good spot, that. Just about up to 75 minutes. Oh, we expected better, and so did he.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
Oh, didn't catch it right. And he's got the beating of his man. And that was very necessary. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper. Succumbs to the pressure. Knocks it into space, and he's intervened well there.
This has been a better game than the scoreline suggests, and it really does merit a goal. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Now it's Martinez. Nedved. Just 5 minutes left. Now they can break here. Now it's Martinez. Aims beyond the defence. Bastoni gets across to intercept that.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
He's had it taken off him. That looks a good ball through, and he's away. Great chance! Oh, that's incredible! And that might well be that! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first moment of real significance. And time is up. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides